Hi, passionate Rangers FC fans. Welcome to Rangers Update, your dedicated source for all things Rangers. Before we dive in, we want to express our gratitude for your unwavering support. If you bleed blue, don't forget to subscribe, smash that like button, and let's strengthen our community. Now, let's get into the latest updates. A hearty welcome to our new followers. Your backing means the world to us. WATP, let's get to the news. It's been the talk of the town, the whisper on the terraces, and the sort of news that sends fans into a frenzy, especially when it comes from someone of Lionel Messi's caliber. The little magician, a man whose feet have danced around defenders in the grandest stadiums across Europe, has reportedly dropped a few words about Rangers that have set tongues wagging in Glasgow and beyond. Imagine Messi, the Argentine superstar, not just acknowledging a Scottish team, but actually speaking warmly about them. Sources close to the player hint that during a casual conversation, perhaps in an interview or a behind-the-scenes moment that wasn't meant for the spotlight, he remarked on the intensity, passion, and unwavering support that Rangers fans bring to Ibrox every single match day. The very thought of Messi nodding appreciatively at the tenacity of Rangers' squad is enough to ignite 100 different theories among fans, pundits, and journalists alike. Some say it was a fleeting comment, almost lost in translation, but the impact has been anything but fleeting. The Rangers faithful, long accustomed to hearing praise reserved for giants of La Liga, are now buzzing with anticipation, wondering if this is the start of something bigger, perhaps signaling Messi's personal admiration or even a subtle hint at future encounters. Every word Messi utters carries weight, and when it comes to football, his opinions can spark debates across continents. The supposed comments about Rangers have reignited conversations about Scottish football, a league often overshadowed by the giants of England, Spain, and Italy, yet fiercely competitive and brimming with history. Pundits are now dissecting every syllable, asking whether Messi's praise was a casual nod to the club's historic resilience, or a more pointed acknowledgement of their recent performances in European competitions. Fans are scrolling through old matches, comparing the Rangers' style with Messi's ideal vision of football, and journalists are crafting headlines that scream, "Messi loves Rangers," without waiting for an official statement. Even former players and managers are weighing in, speculating on whether Messi's admiration could translate into invitations for friendlies, mentoring opportunities, or even a symbolic gesture that strengthens ties between global superstars and Scottish football. Amid all this chatter, one thing is clear. Messi's voice, whether casual or calculated, has elevated Rangers into conversations where they rarely feature, proving once again the power of his opinions in the global football narrative. The atmosphere around Ibrox has shifted almost overnight, charged with an energy reminiscent of European nights, when Rangers have historically defied expectations. Supporters, both young and old, are painting the city blue and white, imagining the scenes if Messi himself were to watch a match live from the stands. Merchandise shops report a spike in sales, not from a direct Messi collaboration, but from fans eager to celebrate the connection, however distant, between their club and a player considered by many as the greatest of all time. Social media is ablaze with memes, fan-made videos, and threads dissecting Messi's supposed words, each user adding layers to the narrative, blending fact, speculation, and sheer hope. It's as if a seed has been planted in the collective consciousness of Scottish football enthusiasts, a tiny whisper from Argentina that has grown into a roaring conversation about identity, pride, and international recognition. Club insiders are said to be cautious, acknowledging Messi's comments without inflating expectations, but even they cannot ignore the sheer buzz that has electrified the corridors of Ibrox. The delicate balance between celebration and caution is palpable, with every corner of the fanbase sensing that something historic, however intangible, has just occurred. Rumors, of course, are rarely straightforward, and the Messi Rangers chatter is no exception. Some whisper that the comments were made in passing during a gala, where Messi, relaxed and perhaps enjoying a rare evening away from the media frenzy, was asked about European clubs outside Spain, and Rangers naturally came up. Others claim that Messi's appreciation stems from watching clips, highlights, and European fixtures, recognizing the discipline, grit, and strategic nous displayed by Rangers players. Regardless of the origin, The narrative has taken on a life of its own, migrating across forums, fan groups, and sports networks. Analysts speculate about what Messi's admiration might mean for young players dreaming of international attention, for the club itself seeking global recognition, and for the Scottish Premiership, which thrives on underdog stories and moments of glory. The mere suggestion that one of football's greatest ever players is acknowledging Rangers' qualities is enough to spark debates about ambition, potential transfers, and the subtle influence of international recognition on domestic leagues. In a world where football narratives are meticulously crafted, this particular rumor has all the ingredients of a story that refuses to settle quietly. Interestingly, the ripple effect of Messi's praise is not confined to Rangers alone. Celtic supporters, longtime rivals, are reportedly engaging in their own conversations, some begrudgingly acknowledging the attention given to their city counterparts, while others dismiss it as trivial. The Glasgow football scene has found itself under an unusual spotlight, with global audiences suddenly curious about the atmosphere, tactics, and history that define Rangers. Sports commentators are lining up segments dissecting whether Messi's remarks indicate an undercurrent of respect for Scottish football as a whole, or whether it is a targeted nod at the tenacity and professionalism of Rangers alone. Even outside football, the story has found its way into lifestyle pieces, exploring Messi's travels, his personal tastes, and his interactions with clubs he admires, painting a broader picture of a superstar who is more aware of the global football ecosystem than most assume. Every cafe, pub, and sports bar in Glasgow has someone repeating the words, "Messi spoke well of Rangers," each repetition amplifying the sense of occasion, the sense that this is not just a casual mention, but a potential turning point in perception. Amid all this, speculation about Messi visiting Glasgow has intensified, despite no concrete plans being announced. Fans fantasize about the Argentine maestro walking through Ibrox's hallowed halls, observing training sessions, and perhaps offering a word of encouragement to players who idolized him for decades. Rumors suggest that club officials might even leverage Messi's comments in promotional material, subtly hinting at connections without overstepping boundaries. The media frenzy surrounding this scenario has led to a surge in content production. YouTube videos analyzing Messi's words frame by frame, TikTok compilations juxtaposing his career highlights with Rangers' recent triumphs, and podcasts debating the meaning and implications of his praise. The fascination lies not just in Messi's talent, but in the perception of his validation, the idea that the world's best player has taken a moment to recognize the resilience, spirit, and footballing identity of a Scottish club. Whether this remains a fleeting moment or evolves into something more tangible, the Messi Rangers buzz has firmly entrenched itself in the footballing consciousness, offering fans a thrilling narrative that blends admiration, speculation, and hope. As discussions continue to swirl, some insiders suggest that Messi's remarks may already be influencing the mindset of Rangers' current squad. Players, always hungry for validation, reportedly feel a surge of motivation knowing that someone of Messi's stature is acknowledging their efforts and qualities. Coaches are said to be incorporating this perceived admiration into pre-match speeches, emphasizing that even the greatest of players recognize the club's commitment, discipline, and fighting spirit. Fans, meanwhile, are creating an aura of expectation, not for Messi to join the team, at least not realistically, but for Rangers to elevate their performance in a way that honors this unexpected attention. Social media campaigns have emerged, from hashtags celebrating Messi's words to fan art depicting him in the blue and white kit, blending fantasy and pride in a uniquely Scottish way. Analysts note that this kind of attention, while subtle, can influence player psychology, creating a feedback loop where international recognition fuels confidence, which in turn may improve performances on the pitch. Even casual observers outside Scotland are now more attuned to Rangers matches, wondering whether Messi's admiration is warranted and what it might mean for the perception of Scottish football on a global scale. Meanwhile, speculation about Messi's broader intentions has become a favorite talking point on football podcasts, sports shows, and social media threads. Some commentators suggest that his praise might be part of a strategic narrative, testing waters for future collaborations, exhibitions, or friendly matches, while others insist it is simply genuine appreciation, the kind reserved for teams that demonstrate integrity, grit, and consistency in their performances. The murmurings have sparked a slew of articles and opinion pieces comparing Rangers' style to clubs Messi has encountered in Spain, Italy, and France, analyzing tactical similarities, defensive organization, and attacking fluidity. Fans are dissecting these pieces meticulously, arguing over whether Messi's admiration reflects respect for Rangers players, the coaching staff, or the iconic stadium atmosphere that resonates across Europe. The ripple effect even extends to merchandise, marketing, and ticket sales, as clubs and fan organizations subtly capitalize on the hype generated by this endorsement. Even though no concrete plans have been announced, the mere suggestion that Messi holds Rangers in esteem has already transformed public perception, creating a unique intersection between superstardom and local pride. Interestingly, the media buzz has also triggered debates about the future of young Scottish talent. With Messi's acknowledgement of Rangers making headlines, scouts, agents, and academies are reportedly taking a renewed interest in the club's youth programs, curious to see whether players nurtured at Ibrox could possess the qualities that attract global recognition. The notion that Messi, an icon of football mastery, appreciates the club's efforts is enough to create an aspirational narrative for young players. The dream that performing well at Rangers could one day place them on the radar of international stars and elite clubs. Analysts argue that even indirect endorsements like this can have long-lasting effects on recruitment, morale, and the club's international profile, subtly shifting the perception of Scottish football as a breeding ground for talent worthy of global admiration. Fan forums are alive with discussions about which players might have caught Messi's attention, blending speculation with hope, and weaving an imaginative narrative that links local heroes to international acclaim in ways rarely seen outside major European leagues. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to get all the exclusive news about Rangers FC. Don't overlook any details about your beloved team. It's crucial for Rangers FC fans. As the story circulates, a subtle cultural dialogue has emerged around Messi's apparent respect for Rangers. Commentators have highlighted how rare it is for South American icons to publicly appreciate clubs outside the traditional European powerhouses, framing the conversation as a bridge between football and cultures. Fans are dissecting Messi's body language in interviews, the tone of his comments, and the context in which they were made, creating a detailed mosaic of interpretation that borders on obsession, yet reflects a deep desire to connect a global superstar with a beloved local institution. Some suggest that Messi's words resonate beyond sport, symbolizing recognition, respect, and validation, a narrative that resonates with clubs, communities, and supporters who often feel overlooked on the international stage. Even international media outlets have picked up the story, reporting it as an unexpected twist in the narrative of Scottish football, highlighting the unusual, almost poetic moment when Messi, a living legend, expressed admiration for a club with a proud history, a loyal fanbase, and a story of resilience that mirrors the struggles and triumphs of football itself. Amid all this excitement, discussions about Messi potentially visiting Glasgow have intensified, despite being purely speculative. Fans fantasize about him attending a Rangers match, touring Ibrox, or even meeting players during a casual training session, each scenario more elaborate than the last. Rumors of potential collaborations, promotional events, or charity matches circulate freely, creating a heightened sense of anticipation that blends hope and imagination. Analysts caution against expecting reality to match fantasy, yet they acknowledge the significance of Messi's words alone, noting how even verbal recognition can boost the global profile of a club, attract sponsorships, and inspire players. In local bars, homes, and online forums, supporters repeatedly share snippets of the conversation, each repetition reinforcing the narrative and subtly shaping a collective memory of the moment. Even without concrete follow-through, Messi's supposed endorsement has already succeeded in shifting attention, imagination, and pride towards Rangers, proving that words alone, when spoken by someone of his stature, can generate a global wave of admiration and discussion. Finally, the ongoing buzz around Messi and Rangers illustrates the power of football as a universal language, connecting continents, cultures, and generations through shared narratives of admiration and respect. What began as a fleeting remark has transformed into a full-blown story, captivating fans, pundits, and media outlets alike, and inspiring conversations that intertwine reality with speculation, hope with analysis, and admiration with aspiration. The club, its supporters, and the Scottish football community now find themselves part of a global discussion they rarely inhabit, elevated simply because one of football's greatest has taken notice. As the rumors continue to circulate, each retelling adds nuance, depth, and a touch of fantasy to the tale, ensuring that Messi's words resonate far beyond their original context. Whether this admiration remains a whispered anecdote or evolves into a more tangible connection, it has already cemented itself as a significant moment in Rangers' modern history, a story that blends superstardom with local pride and speculation with the eternal hope that greatness recognizes greatness. The narrative, alive and growing, continues to capture imaginations, proving that even offhand comments from icons can reverberate across the footballing world in ways few could predict. Greetings, fans. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, as it's greatly appreciated by Rangers FC. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments section below. Until the next video, stay tuned.